Good evening, random viewer. And for the beginning of this episode, Terkanil here is running around on the deck of Ammaross's project, doing a little extra work for him. We are in the process of building a gold farm. It is based on a design from Xisumavoid, and I'll be putting in some redstone and pistons down below this thing. So you're going to see a little bit of my work on that. So a little montage was just showing the current project. This is my latest contraption. It's a double timer setup that allows us to have control over our mob killer. So we have both manual and automatic. One for if it will be killing everything for us, and one if we're trying to get experience. I'll have a video to show how that thing is built if any of you want to use that. And I'll post that in the description once that is actually recorded and up on YouTube. But for now, on to my next project. We need some black gold. And here we are, nearing the first oil sprout that I was able to locate back during episode 1. And this is what we are going to use. So let's see what we've got here. So the oil pool here, oops, that was smart, gives us a bit of a distance here. So I'm going to end up building a structure up around that, since I have to get my initial pump up to the top. I better get building. So the base platform is now built. Now we have some place to at least walk around the area. Make it a little bit easier. Next, I'm going to be running a ladder straight up the side here. Once I reach the top, I will be putting a 5x5 square at the top. The square will be used to surround the the pump and the redstone engines used to power the pump. And at the same time, there will be one lever with redstone going around to fire everything off at the same time. So that is the next step in this project. I'm going to get at least up to the top, and then I'll be back at that point. Alright, the center is up, so it's time to get the pump into place. So how this thing works, by placing the pump in place, it will extend a type of pipe directly below it. So if I actually jump in here, you'll see it, right below there from the pump. And out we go. That will lower itself automatically as it begins to suck up the oil. So that there, now we get the engines into place. Get my dirt. Get my redstone. And this is ready to go. But before I can actually turn it on, I need some place for it to go. For that, I need to go see if I've even got the supplies. Instead of trying to do any of the refining or oil refining here at the platform, I'm actually going to go construct a machine room and refinery room back at the hold. And I'm going to have it pumped there, refined, and from that point sent into storage, and I'll be alternately shipped over to Ammaross's base. So there'll be a couple points of storage, so we can each have our own machines being powered. We'll make things fairly simple once that point is done. So let me go get my ender tanks built, since I don't know if I've actually got all of the necessary parts. So I'll be back shortly once I can confirm or collect all the materials. I'm needing some obsidian, so I'm here at the lava pump area that Ammaross set up in the Nether. The gold farm project is up that way. So it's really close to where we need this for the purposes of the ginormous portals that are being constructed up there. But since I'm needing a little bit of obsidian for, one, a portal over at the oil platform, as well as for a few other pieces that I will need in order to make everything work, such as the ender tanks, here I am. So I'm just going to AFK here for a bit and get me some obsidian. So I've left Am's obsidian farm, if you want to call it that. And after sitting there for about a couple hours now, I have 4 full stacks and a spare 39 obsidian. So I think I shall be set for quite a while. Well, back to the platform. That spider is asking for death. 3, 2... Yep. I win. I didn't have any blaze rods to get my tanks built, so here I am in the Nether at, I believe, one of the 2... I think we've found 2 fortresses so far. To my left, around the dirt, is a blaze spawner. If you look at my minimap there, you'll see I got a lot of blazes by me. This is gonna hurt a lot. Alright, let's see. Wait for my health regen back up to full. And we'll try Am's option and see if it happens to work or if I die. Well, I didn't die. That's always a plus side. Woo! I'm just almost dead. Hello. Boy, if this keeps up, I shall be going into game show voice. I'll be back. Well, in trying to escape, I died. Therefore, the game has decided to state, congratulations, you fail! We are back at the platform, and I now have everything we need to make the ender tanks. So, get our rods here, pearl goes there, sitting on the sides, put some wool on the top. Was it not glass on the bottom? Then I go and make a fool of myself. Hold on. What did I do wrong? Oh, I need cauldrons. Yes, I am paying attention, I promise. Iron is in. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, yes. There we go. Let's try this again. Don't know why I thought I needed glass. Doop, doop. And we have our tanks. Okay. Next, we need piping. And the sun's going down, so while I decide what type of piping, there, I will be using. I'm blocking myself in. Hit the bed. Come back here. Return to me, wood. So I'm back to the hold, as I need fused quartz. I'm going to be trying out the pressurized fluid tanks from EnderIO, which shows up over... Where'd that stuff go in here again? There we are. So, conduit binder and fused quartz. Fused quartz you get from cooking 4 quartz. So, come over here. I've got 1 already, so I just need 2 more, but we're going to go ahead and cook up a bunch more. And stick all this in the furnace. And wait for that to cook. Meanwhile, I've still got 2 stacks of trapdoors. Either Am doesn't need them, in which case I've got 2 stacks of trapdoors, or I have to run them down to him. And I'll figure that out while I'm waiting for my quartz to cook. Alright, we have our pressurized fluid conduit. So get that on top there. Place our first ender tank. So there's that. Now I just need to color code this thing so it'll actually properly work. And I didn't bring any dye with me. Let's see if I have any in the chests. Yeah, there we go. Do I have anything I can use as dyes in here? No? No. Nope. Blue! Blue works. Probably doing forgetting how to use this stuff. Go figure. This is what I get for going short on sleep and trying to record and sound properly coherent. Doesn't quite work. So, let's look for blue. There's light blue dye. So we're looking for light blue dye. Bone meal's required. What can we get out of you? We can get a blue dye out of this. Or was I completely wrong and I'm just hallucinating? Apparently I'm hallucinating. Ah, that would do it. So I need... I have cactus here. Yeah, we're doing that. Pull you out. Where is my coal? There's the block. No spares. Okay. Coal. Cook some cactus. And while that's running, I'll grab myself more cactus. Luckily, desert. There's plenty of cactus. There, I just doubled my cactus. Run back here. Wait for it. Alright. There's my cyan dye. Same 6. Sweet. I can do both sides. That's very nice. Climb up here. And we'll just use you. Plunk. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that color codes my ender tank to cyan across all 3. Now I just have to get the other side ready to go. So it's going to be back to the hold to build the refinery room. We are back at the hold, and for the room that will have all the work equipment and where I will be relocating the machinery here to, I've decided to put basically behind that wall. So it's going to, I've got to figure out how I want to lay out this area. I've got to make note of the farm that's on the other side of that wall, which means I have to stick some kind of design there. Let's see. I think I got plenty of space. So I'm going to have to figure out how far back to put the first area. I still need to get a storage room in here, which is probably going to end up still near the machinery, just to make it simple. But I need to get deep enough that I can actually have enough space for each of the rooms. Whew, this is gonna take a bit to dig out. I will be therefore probably back tomorrow for the next cut, as it's getting rather late. So I'm gonna dig out a little bit more and talk tomorrow. Then at that point we can see about how far we can get with the work on this machinery, and see how far we can get before we have to close out the episode. Yeah? Alright, so I've started digging out the area that I shall be using here. This is on the main floor, going straight in from the door. And instead of branching off into multiple rooms, I'm just going to use one giant room for most of the purposes. The general layout is going to be, that side is going to contain the refinery and general power generation for my base. That way is going to be a machine room. I believe I'm going to stick, probably going to go down, so roughly that direction will be the fuel storage. Again, machines will be over here, and then that way will be my storage area, which will end up connecting into the path that will end up looping back over here once I've dug off that direction. And in order to keep this place lit, I'm going to use a trick that I'd used in one of my the first Minecraft world I ever played in, once I initially started playing the game. So, in which case I'm going to be using slightly modified to keep in with the wood motif that I've got going here on the main floor, which is dark oak with oak. But it's going to be modified a little bit for the areas. So I'll be having stone slabs and stone bricks used around the room, and we'll have pillars in the situated throughout the room, in which I will have redstone lamps providing light. Redstone lamps I think would be probably a better option here, because it fit more the work area vibe that I would be giving to this. But it's going to be a lot more digging to make this room big enough to facilitate everything I'm going to be shoving into this space. When I tried the refinery and power generation area in our 164 world, it took up a, what was it, 20 by 15 space, give or take. So it was quite large, and it provided a lot of power output. I think it would fill a redstone energy cell, which, how much does that thing store again? Let's see. So it would store 10 million redstone flux, and it could power the redstone cell. I think I should say recharge a redstone cell to full in 30 minutes, I believe it was. Was that about right? The old power generation? In the 164 world, the refining and power generation plant they had at the water base, wasn't it like 30 minutes to fill a redstone cell? So, okay, so we don't really remember entirely the exact time frame, but it was fairly quick. We also had like 16 combustion dynamos going in order to pull that off, hence the time frame. So I'm going to be building something to that level, and by the time we decided to switch over, I believe I had around 40 of the BuildCraft 40 columns of 4 tanks high of the BuildCraft tanks filled with fuel. So that is a lot of fuel, and we're going to be splitting that, whatever amount we're getting from the spout that I've now prepped, between us. So I'm going to send it in here through a refinery, and then fuel will be diverted in 2 directions. So I'm going to get digging so I can make sure I've got enough space to put everything. And once I at least have this dug out well enough, I'm going to come back and begin constructing all of the equipment necessary to get everything pumping and refining. And that means I'm going to need to kill another Enderman because I need another Ender tank for output to Am. I'm going to be busy for a bit. I am finding that it's very good that I set up right here. That roofed forest is very useful when I need a large amount of wood fast, especially since I depleted a good amount of my wood stocks when I built a lot of the trap doors for the guild farm. That didn't take long to get those. Now, back to the room. Here we are the next day. This is as much as I've got dug out on the room so far. Going to be digging out a little bit more, but Ammaross is ready at the gold farm, and it's time to light those portals. Since it's such a large place, and to get it done in a timely fashion, he has asked me to come over and help him out. So, to the gold farm we go. I'll be back once that is lit. So it turned out that I don't have quite everything I need to make the room work as it stands, so I'm heading to Ammaross's base to find me some diamonds. He has said I can go grab some from there so that we can get the refineries going. In order to get the proper amount of refining power or output, we will need at minimum 4 refineries. And in our 164 world we had 8, just to try to keep up. So I will be requiring a large number of diamonds in order to get this project done. I'm going to grab necessary pieces from Am's base here and head back to the hold. Once I can start getting some of the refineries built and placed, then I will pick up there. So I've already made 2 refineries, you can see here. And now I'm going to make 2 more. It'll take some time to cook glass and get the pieces ready. So there's our 2 more. Now to get these things placed, or at least figure out where they go, and kill a zombie. Come here, zombie. Right, so I'm going to be placing these right here. Here's our 4 refineries. These are going to be what I'm going to be using to get our fuel going. Now I need my ender tank. I've got it over here someplace. Where did I put the ender tank? Nope. Nope. There you are. I'll need you too. And put my things back in here. And into the lamp. Command space. So I should probably want to go right about there. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Let's go right. I'll have to build a market still. Alright, we're going to go out slightly further. Put it right there. Alright, we have our ender tank, and I need my cyan dye. As soon as I figure out where I put it. There you are. Yes, I like to get stuff lost in all of my chests. One of the projects I got to do soon will be picking up or building a storage area. Sorry, trying to use a new gamepad and I'm not quite used to it yet. Alright, those are ready. There. So that's ready to go. Next we need our pressurized pipes. Take them out of there. And actually I'm going to put pipe, or let's see. No, I want this to actually come off the side so that I can actually turn this. Because I'm going to have overflow for the oil to help to try to keep this working. And maybe I do want that to go up slightly more. Oh good, it remained marked. So I'll take that up there. Okay. Now, what I'm actually going to end up doing to make sure I've got plenty of overflow is I'm going to build myself. I'm going to go with 6 of the thermal expansion hardened. I think it's called hardened. What do you do? Yeah, hardened portable tanks. So it's 32 buckets that will be stored inside that, which should provide plenty of storage. And overflow. Once we get beyond that into the fuel storage, I'll be instead using the BuildCraft tanks. So I can get those built and pick up at that point. So it turned out I made a little bit too much of the conduit binder. Well, I got some for the future at least. That is part of what's used for the piping for the EnderIO conduits, such as the enhanced conduits I got here, or the energy conduit I got here. This is a bit more expensive than these guys. The basic energy conduit is right here. Requires 3 conductive iron and then conduit binders. Conductive iron is smelting redstone and iron together. Conduit binder, which is over here, done from binder composite, which is total of 6 gravel, 2 sand, and a clay. So I made plenty of that since I've got a lot of sand and a lot of gravel. For the enhanced energy conduits, which I made here, I'm not even going to touch the ender ones. Those are insane. I'll show you in a moment. Enhanced requires energetic alloy, which is gold bar, redstone, and glowstone dust. So I had to break down a few glowstone blocks to get all that. A little costly, but much higher energy throughput, so I can ensure that my refineries are always running at maximum. So I'm going to go get those wired up. These guys will be running around the outside, like so. Actually, I'm going to move. So I want that right there. I'm going to have to expand to 8 at some point here, so I'll bring these all out. A couple more. Like so. And I can take this out slightly further, and it's ready to go. So there's a refinery output, or setup, and it left space here, as I said, for 2 more refineries they'll get in the future. Now I get to go and build all the dynamos that go along with this. So we're going to see how many I can build presently. So I'm going to be using the compression dynamos here from thermal expansion. These guys are tin gears, redstone transmission coils, and redstone. So basically tin, iron, and redstone. Okay, and silver. However, the rest of this will have to wait until next time. I realized I'm running a bit long, so unfortunately the rest of this will have to wait until the next episode. If you liked the episode, please hit like. Also, please subscribe if you really liked what I'm doing here. And at that, this is Terkanil, signing off.